This motherfucker LeBron in 2018 might just be the best player to ever touch a basketball, or being in general to ever even touch a basketball after what he was doing in 2018. Keep in mind, people still have high hopes for this team despite Kyrie wanting out of Cleveland and heading out to the Celtics alongside Gordon Hayward during the offseason. And what Cleveland got in return was like Isaiah Thomas and a bag of Skittles, practically. Now, for the time, this wasn't a terrible trade. IT had just came off of his MVP caliber season last season in Boston, and he's fresh off an injury as well. So things still look promising in Cleveland alongside with the new addition of D Rose and the reunited Dwayne Wade and LeBron. But things fell apart very quickly as D Wade and Rose, they were just, D Wade was old and Rose was just injured. He was far past his prime at this point. Isaiah Thomas had an undiagnosed hip injury that he played through during the Boston Celtics finals or deep in the playoffs last year, the year prior, and apparently ended up being worse than they actually originally thought. IT basically ended his career by playing through that injury. So basically, you just had a peak LeBron James and a bunch of washed role players, and at best, borderline all-star Kevin Love, who underperformed multiple games during that season. In fact, this team underperformed so much during this season that damn near half the team was gone at the All-Star break. Like, this trade really did nothing, to be honest. They traded away Rose, Shumpert, Wade, and Crowder for George Hill, Larry Nance, a young Jordan Clarkson, and Rodney Hood. So, yeah, not that much better than what they had before, but this would be the team that they would rock for the rest of the season and then begin the playoffs with. In round one of the playoffs, the Cavs would match up in a 7-game series against the Victor Oladipo-led Pacers. Cavs would take games 2 and 4, while the Pacers would take games 1 and 3. Game 5, LeBron is what I want to talk about, though, because that man just tapped into something crazy. In like the last few seconds, I remember this vividly. He got a chase down block on somebody, and then he literally called a timeout. Next play, pull up jumper 3 buzzer beater. I'll never understand why people say the LeBron isn't clutch narrative, but no surprise there in round 1. The Cavs went on to win that 7-game series and take it home and play in his hometown of Toronto. This graphic pretty much sums up how that series went and what LeBron was going through that entire round. Just no Raptor fans are sick of LeBron. Even without Kyrie, LeBron and the Cavs would go on to sweep the Raptors in a crazy fashion. I think this is when LeBron jokes really started happening, especially after like the news broke that LeBron played better than both Kyle Lowry and DeRozan. But there was one game that I remember clearly. I think it was the game where LeBron hit that buzzer beater in game 3 on Toronto. Bro, that shit had me crying. I'm not even gonna lie. Dude was just out there trying shit that entire series. Like, when have you ever seen LeBron do this move, bro? That's off the leg, opposite hand. Like, come on now. And finally, the conference finals will go down between the Cavs and Celtics. But prior to this series, actually, Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving both went down with prior injuries before this series actually even started. Despite this, though, the Cavs still went down 2-0 because it's the Cavaliers. And you know, that's when Celtics fans really started talking crazy because they showed some, like, bull statistics. They were like, oh, Celtics are 40-0, went up 2-0 in the series, but if there's one man you don't want to bet against, it's Cleveland LeBron James. Like, this is the same man that just won 3-1 in the finals, like literally 2 years ago. Like, I'm pretty sure this is the last man you want to really tell the odds to at this point. In 2018 LeBron fashion, he just went on a tear, and then he ended up winning the next 2 games. I'm pretty sure they lost game 5 and then won game 6 and 7. I'm pretty sure. Wait. No, I'm right. Now, I'm not gonna lie, with how game 7 started, I thought the Cavs were straight cut like Thug and his lawyers are in that case. Especially at Jason Tatum yammed on his stuff. But it's Lathanos, so you know he's not gonna go out like that. But, like, come on now. I think this is also that game where that nickname started from, Lathanos. Like, bro is really out here collecting nicknames like the Infinity Stones. Come on now. But in the end, LeBron will go on and completely, like, just shit on the Celtics in the last 2 minutes. Like, look how bro purposely fouled him and he still made it. Dude had Al Horford literally shaking. He was quivering. He went on a podcast with JJ Redick too, like, years later, and talking about man, I was super scared. Like, this man had me shivering. I was petrified. You know what's crazy too? Mario Chalmers had just came out and said, like, Nobody ever fears LeBron, and Al Horford just drops that podcast with JJ Redick talking about he fears LeBron. So like that's just another like stupid narrative that I found. And then began the NBA Finals with the Cavaliers that faced the Golden State Warriors for the 100,000th time in the NBA Finals. And we would see Larry Nance break a free throw and JR run off with the ball in game one instead of getting a shot up because he thought they were up. They were going to lose in OT where LeBron would leave the game with 51, 8-8. I'm not gonna lie, I would have been sick if I was LeBron. I can't imagine dropping damn near 50 points with almost a 50-point triple-double just for my teammates to sub the end. Man, I love JR. He's one of my favorite players ever, but I don't know how he didn't go missing that night. After game one, the following game would be a 19-point blowout from KD. In game three, KD would hit one of the best daggers I've ever seen. Like, KD just moves so shifty and is tough. KD also has to just have a heavy dislike for LeBron or something, because he hit that same exact shot over LeBron last year in game three, and it was also the dagger too. The moment that shot went in, LeBron and the entire world just knew the series was kind of out of hand at that point. He was down 3-0 despite averaging like 100 points and 100 rebounds and 1,000 assists, leading both teams in every category. So at that point, there really wasn't much he could have done in that point. I mean, I don't know what the front office expected. Like, look at this graphic. This is a real graphic, bro. This actually gets me mad. This is like when Kakashi pulled up on Pain with Tsunade, and they said Choji and Choji's dad as backup against Pain. Like, the hell were they supposed to do besides moral support? Like, half of that team is first NBA all cardio. But yeah, anyways, in shocking fashion, the Cavs would lose the game 4, and this would be the last time LeBron ever would be seen wearing a Cavs jersey. I'm sorry, but if you can't convince me this shot by Kyle Korver right here didn't send them over the edge, they're already losing by 1,000 points. This Kyle Korver's a sharpshooter, he hits it off the backboard. LeBron was like, I'm out of this bitch, bro. Honestly, even after the season ended, I still don't understand how LeBron didn't get MVP that year, because the following season, the team went from a 50-win team to an 18 and 60-win team. So that one player left. It was the exact same team. If anything, there was just one player that left, and the team went they dropped off that bad. That's damn near the definition of most valuable player. Yeah, pre-Honey Bun Strip Club, James Harden beat him for it, which I guess is all right. But Finals MVP, I still don't get how he didn't win it. I know they got swept, but Jerry West won it and they lost. So why can't LeBron? He led in every category, so I don't see why not. I'm so glad this rivalry finally ended though, because I didn't want to see the videos. You know that one video where they have the Cavs and Warriors going up to damn near 2050. I'm not gonna lie, they were actually cooking that year. I remember the SNL skit they had where they were making fun of LeBron's teammates because that's how you know it's bad looking back at it. This is actually crazy. They're making fun of LeBron's teammates in the skit. That's how you know it was bad, bro. But no surprise, LeBron left that season to join the Lakers and pair up with the young Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, and Lonzo Ball. But I remember when Kyle Kuzma, everyone thought he was the next big star, and we kept him over Brandon Ingram and Lonzo. That was a terrible trade. I don't ever want to think about that. But yeah, goodbye.